Yo, what is going on, fans and coaches of the ASL? My name is Hector322 here, and I'm bringing you guys yet another ASL video. Today we got the ASL Season 5 Week 12 weekly recap. Today I will be breaking down Week 12 of the ASL's 5th season. And yeah, as you can see on the screen, we got a lot of 5-0, so a lot of decisive matches, and basically weeks 10 through 13 is where the playoff picture really starts shaping up. After this week, it's pretty set in stone for the most part. But yeah, a lot of big games. And as for the weekly heroes that we have a Heracross, a Heliolisk, a Gudra, and a Regirock. So let's go ahead and hop into it. Also, I didn't put Mega Kangaskhan and Mienshao on it because they were very recent weekly heroes. So I decided, you know what, let's just leave them off, let other mons have chances. So for the first game, we have the Amsterdam Alakazams and the Slowbohemians, and Milan is actually going to take a nice and impressive victory here. He's going to be able to beat TJ. Milan, of course, has not had the best season so far, but that's not going to stop him from beating TJ. And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into this match. So as you can see, we're going to start off with a Mega Aggron and a Mew. The Mega Aggron is of course going to Mega, and the Mew is going to go for the taunt. So very good prep on TJ's part. He's going to stop the Stealth Rocks from going up. And then Milan is going to go out and do his Delmise, which is going to dodge the Willows, so fortunately for him. And then he's going to fire off a Toxic, potentially predicting this Moltres to come in. Also the possibility that T-Tar would come in. And Moltres is going to return the favor and just go for a Toxic. So it looks to be a defensive Moltres, which would make sense based on Milan's team. So we're seeing Toxics just thrown all around, and the right Bombi is going to set up the webs. It's definitely going to be helpful as TJ looks to have brought a slower team, bar the right Bombi. The Delmise is going to come out. It's probably going to want to go ahead and go for the Rapid Spin here, so TJ just wants to punish this as best as he can. But Milan is going to be able to get the spin off, and this right Bombi is dead either to Toxic or to Rocks. TJ is just going to take this opportunity to set up webs again. Not bad. The Komodo is going to come out, and it's going to go for a Belly Drum. And Milan is not messing around. He's going to go for the Z Dazzling and the Twinkle Tackle. Very fantastic prep on his part to really punish that Komodo from trying to set up on this Blissey. So Blissey is going to be taunted, of course, so Milan is going to go out into his Delmise. And Mew goes to the Super Fang, obviously not going to be affecting this Delmise. And Delmise is going to get Will-O-Wisp, but Milan doesn't care. He's going to get the Rapid Spin off. And bar the Mew or T-Tar setting up rocks. This Delmise has pretty much done his job in just keeping hazards off the field. Moltres is going to come in and try and punish. It's going to go for the Toxic, which essentially doesn't matter because this thing is going to Heal Bell. It would have been able to Natural Cure anyways. But that is a lot of statuses being removed there. The Moltres is going to get a Roost off, and Blissey is just going to go for a Wish. Wish it out into the Delmise. A risky play, but it's going to pay off pretty well because now Milan has a pretty good check to the Mew in the back if he needs it. And he's going to swap out to the Blissey now, so probably not the best matchup for him. He's going to go right out into the Heracross. Interesting nickname. And we're going to see a taunt come out here from the Mega T-Tar. And Silphally is going to come out. Going to take the close combat. Not well at all. It's going to drop to another one. We'll see if Milan risks outspeeding. He doesn't care. He's just going to go for another close combat. And Mew will outspeed if it's max speed. So we'll see if Milan wants to also risk this again. And he's going to go out into his Delmise. TJ's just going to fire off the Will-O-Wisp, you know, trying to do what he can. Yeah, it looks to me right now that this Mew doesn't have any attacking moves. Or what did it show off? It showed Super Fang. Showed one other move, I swear. No, it is Toxic, right? I don't even know. Anyways, it's going to go for the Super Fang. It is going to barely live on a slim amount of health. TJ is going to make an interesting play here, going for the Will-O-Wisp. I don't know if this Heracross has been confirmed scarfed yet, but the Moltres is going to come out, and the Moltres puts on pressure, of course, onto the Heracross. It's going to go for the Roost, so TJ is taking this opportunity to get some health back, but he pretty much just negated rocks is all he did. He's going to Toxic the Suicune, but his Moltres will die in the following turn. regardless of what he does. So Milan is going to make an aggressive swap out into his Tapu Koko. And this Moltres is going to die now to the Thunderbolt from Tapu Koko. And then out comes the Mega T-Tar. Tapu Koko can go for a multitude of different things. He can just go for damage, like he's going to. The T-Tar misses Stone Edge. It doesn't matter for the outcome of the game, because either way, he's gonna crit it now. I think the crit mattered. Either way, Heracross just comes out. Heracross gets a kill with close combat, and then Mew comes out, and I believe dies to Rocks or dies to Heracross. Dies to Heracross. So Heracross picking up nice 3 kills. Very good job at bringing it in just to pick up kills. And yeah, Heracross is one of the weekly heroes, and that is going to be the game. A 5-0 victory for the Amsterdam Alakazams, as TJ has got to be terrified. Let's see what I did there. Terrified of not making playoffs. Second match, we got the Arcane Arcanines and the PC Barcelona. Ian is going to continue his dominant streak and is going to pick up a nice 5-0 victory. Heliolisk definitely contributing to that fact, getting 3 kills. And Shadow was already pushed out of the playoff race, so this game virtually only matters for consolation bracket standings. But regardless. So here we have the Jolteon going for the Volt Switch onto the Uxie. And out comes Hitmontop. So Hitmontop is going to get tricked here. It's going to get some choice specs, as Uxie is going to get some leftovers. So definitely good for Ian right there, because now this thing is locked into Toxic. We'll see if Shadow tries to play around that. He's going to go out and do his Togetic. But Uxie is just going to choose to stay in, wants to see what Shadow wants to go out to, and is going to get a special defense drop. So not bad. And then Uxie is going to follow this up with a knockoff, getting rid of the Eviolite. Very, very worth it in my opinion. And Uxie is going to hard swap out into the Heliolisk. So this is a cursed Togetic. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Druddigon is going to come out in its place, though. That looks to be a specially defensive Druddigon, if I had to make a guess. We're going to see Crunch do about half to this Masquerain, and Garchomp is going to come out on the predicted, like, Fire Punch or whatever the heck. And out comes the Heliolisk. So Ian just reading Shadow right now, honestly. He's gaining tons of momentum, as he's probably going to Volt Switch here, but he's actually going to go for the Hyper Voice. Okay. He doesn't want to take a Mach Punch, so Hitmontop is actually going to go for the Rapid Spin. Good play on Shadow's part, predicting him to swap. But now Garchomp gets to set up a meaty Swords Dance. Shadow obviously predicting the Rocks to go back up, and yeah, Garchomp is just going to just destroy all of Shadow's Mons. We're going to get a nice Earthquake kill here from the Chomp. Out comes the Jolteon, so that's going to scare Garchomp out, and then Reflect Light Screen is going to be set up. So Shadow is capitalizing very well on Ian making swaps. The problem is he's not gaining momentum, really. He's kind of just... like, he's set up the screens, which is nice on a swap, but he can't apply enough offensive pressure for it to be worth it. We're going to see the Togetic go for the Baton Pass into the Jolteon. Interesting play, because now it's super slow, but I guess he's going to get the Volt Switch out into Swellow. Sorry about that, yawn. A little bit late here during the recording session. But Magmortar just going to go for the Flamethrower, fire one off there, and then Hitmontop goes for the Toxic. Just wanting to wear down this Magmortar, but Magmortar is going to kill the Hitmontop in the process. And Jolteon is going to come back out. It's going to be lowered speed, but still will outspeed the Magmortar. Ian doesn't care. He's not falling for that again. He's going to Earthquake. Too many times he's let that Jolteon set up screens. So only Light Screen is going to go up now. Heracross, Mega Heracross does come out. And is going to go for the close combat. Unless Ian is like a non-speedy Magmortar, I don't know why he swapped. But we're going to see Masquerain just go for the Air Slash. It's going to do nothing. Togetic is going to repeatedly be trying to set up this curse. I assume he's trying to pass it into the Heracross. I'm also going to assume that matters. That really only matters if he Baton passed into the Heracross. But at that point, I don't think Heracross wins anyways, because Masquerain is sitting right there. And if that goes south, Uxie's sitting right there. You got Minior. So many opportunities to damage this thing. And we're going to see Acrobatics just do so much damage. Rock Blast is going to be able to kill, so Mega Heracross is going to get a kill for Shadow. But Heliolisk is going to go ahead and wrap up this game. Swellow is going to come out. Ian is Choice Scarfed Heliolisk and is going to go ahead and wrap up this game 5-0 over the PC Barcelona. And for the third match, we have the Kling Kling United and the Washington Wailords. And a weekly hero in this match as well, as we have Gudra going. Nice 3-1 stat line, not bad at all, as Gran is able to get into the double digits for wins. And yeah, good on you, Gran. So let's go ahead and hop into this. We got Greninja and Meloetta leading out, heavily favoring the Greninja. And just going to go for Night Slash turn 1, and he's going to take a Thunderbolt turn 1. So we're seeing an explosive turn 1. Physical Greninja, alright. We're going to see Scissor. Probably going to Bullet Punch here, but he's going to go for the U-turn. So good play on Cam's part, noticing that Greninja was still pretty useful. And is going to use that to his advantage. Dragalge is going to come out, taking the Volt Switch. Dragalge is a very good swap in to the Mega Manectric almost every single time. Empoleon, also a very good swap in for this Dragalge, if it doesn't have Focus Blast or Thunderbolt. So Thunderbolt is going to be about a 3-KO, depending on rolls. But Gudra's going to be out here. Scissor's going to be out here not wanting to take a Fire-type move. The Meloetta is going to come out. That is Assault Vest Meloetta if I've ever seen it. So Gudra is going to outspeed and kill the Meloetta, so this is probably a speedy Gudra. It's got at least some speed on it, and I would assume it's no speed Meloetta. But the Empoleon is going to do a lot to this Dragalge, and then Empoleon is going to be taken out of 40%. So Gran is up 6-4 at this point. Cam is going to just set up the sticky webs with his Smeargle and go for the E-speed, because you know, why not? And this is a... mixed Gudra is going to go for the Outrage and is going to be able to take down the Smeargle. Jeez. So, Scissor's going to go for the U-turn, nice and powerful. Get out into the Mega Absol. Mega Absol puts on a tremendous amount of pressure here. But Gudra just doesn't care. That's a Choice Scarf Gudra, ladies and gentlemen. It just doesn't care. So, now I know what kind of Gudra it is. It's just putting in work. It is mad and it is outraging everything. So the Scizor is going to be brought down, and Clefable is going to come out. You know, Gran just saying, I don't care about the Scizor. It means nothing to me. I'm going to Flamethrower you and do 92%. All that good stuff. Scizor is going to U-turn out into the Latios. Now, if Gran is smart here, he makes the Flamethrower play, but he's actually going to stay in with the Latios and go for Corkscrew Crash. So I wasn't expecting that. Oh, he had Babiri Berry. No, Moonblasting was the right play if he was Babiri Berry. Okay, so it's Steel Wing. Cam loves his physical Latios, because I was saying he'd probably double back out to Scissor, but... Oh, no, it was 14%. No, Moonblast was always the play. Whatever. Gran is going to win the game. Nice late kills with Clefable, and he's going to get a 5-0 victory to get that 10th win of the season over Country Boy Cam, coach of the Washington Wailords. Match numero 4. I know. It's late. I blanked on what 4 is in Spanish, so... What is it? Cuatro? Yeah. So, in this match, we have Mega Kangaskhan absolutely dominating Keister. Like I said, I didn't put it as a weekly hero because it was a weekly hero like 1 or 2 weeks ago. But, yeah, let's just see it destroy Keister, because, you know, why not? We got Kangaskhan and Megalopony here. Kangaskhan just doesn't care. He's going to stay in. Fake Out's going to be applied here. You know, Malone just doesn't care. Now he's going to go out into his Bronzong. This is Endure. This is Endure Megalopony. So interesting stuff. We're going to see Bronzong go for the Stealth Rocks. And then Megalopony goes for the Fire Punch. So a Burn Bronzong is going to do about nothing with the Zen Headbutt. I mean, it's something, but... It could be a lot more. So Bronzong is going to drop early. Togekiss is going to double into the Hariyama. Predicting... what? I don't know. Anyways, Hariyama is going to go for the close combat onto the Pelipper. Just trying to do as much damage as possible. Pelipper is going to go for a Stockpile. So it looks as Keister has been talking to Shadow about strats and sets. And maybe they built together because we're seeing Stockpile. Okay, we've never seen Swallow from Shadow, but he tends to run Stockpile quite a bit. So we're going to see Fake Out, Flinch, obviously, that's kind of what it does. And then Kang is going to pick up a nice return kill. So first kill for Kang. This better be Ozzie Smith. That better be the reference. But Megalopony is going to endure this. A power-up punch is going to come in. The best Mega Kangaskhan set. And we're going to see a flail from Mega Lopunny. So, interesting stuff indeed. But, Mega Kang basically wins assuming it can kill the Umbreon. That's its only challenge. So, Kang is going to go for the return, and it obliterates it. So, Kang pretty much just picks up the rest of this game. Good on Malone for bringing the best Mega Kang set and the only good Mega Kang set outside of Seismic Toss. Good job, my friend. And, yeah, he's going to be rewarded taking a 5-0 victory over Keister and the Phoenix Flygons. And then we have the Denver Nummels and the Portland Timbers. As we're going to see Demaster, unfortunately, still 0-12. Maybe he'll get his first win of the season next week. But it was a 2-0 victory in the Portland Timbers' favor. No weekly heroes from this match. The first, or the second match without weekly heroes? I don't really know. First match without weekly heroes. Maybe. I don't know. No, last match. This is the second match with no weekly heroes. Anyways, let's hop into it. So, we have a Zygarde 10% or a Zydoge leading out against the Shaman. Definitely going to favor the Shaman. The Amoonguss is going to come out here as Demaster is going to go out into the Porygon Z. Now, myself not wanting to get tricked by this Porygon Z, going to go out into the Lycanroc Day as Demaster is going to pull the swap out into Rotom Heat and then swap out into the Steelix. Rock Slide is obviously going to do nothing to the Steelix. And then out comes the Keldeo on the Steelix. Now, Earthquake is going to do about a 3-KO. As Demaster is going to go out into his Mega Latios, which is going to take an Icy Wind, is going to get its speed lowered. Another is not going to kill, but Demaster chooses to swap out into his Manaphy either way. Then Amoonguss comes out on the Surf. This Manaphy is really doing nothing. And this Amoonguss goes for a Sludge Bomb, does get a Poison onto the Rotom, which is going to hinder its ability to survive, hinder its longevity. But Rotom is then going to go for the Volt Switch as the Gigalith comes out. Is going to set up the Sandstorm. Gigalith is going to take an Earthquake here from the Steelix. Gigalith going for the Stealth Rocks, trying to just cripple that Rotom even more, because you know, why not? And Amoonguss is going to come out in before the Stealth Rocks. Didn't really matter for Amoonguss' sake, but, you know, why not? Demaster is going to make the swap out into his Mega Latios, probably trying to heal it up. But Slurpuff is going to come out here. And Demaster does go for the Roost. Now, the Psychic is going to come out. The Citrus Berry is going to be popped by the Slurpuff. And we're going to see a Drain Punch. So now Slurpuff is faster than this Mega Latios. And Shaman is going to come out. It's going to take the Drain Punch. It's going to do about 20%. And then Play Rough is going to crit this Shaman, which is going to put it in kill range of Drain Punch. I think 2 Play Roughs would have killed the Shaman either way, because that's fully offensive Shaman. But yeah, the crit just further helps. Now Manaphy is going to kill this Slurpuff, and out comes the Keldeo. As Keldeo is going to be able to go for a Secret Sword pretty free here, but going to go for the Taunt instead, as Keldeo is now going to get its health back. And then Keldeo can fire off a nice little Scald, as the Manaphy is going to come in, does 19% and a burn. So Manaphy coming in each time is going to take 18%, 6 from burn, 12 from rocks. And then goes for the U-turn on the incoming Amoonguss. Now PZ is going to come out again. Gonna go into the Lycanroc. Do not want to get tricked. As the Master is going to go for the Psyshock. Gonna double into the Gigalith. Now that I think he's locked in. The Gigalith is going to be in here. It's not going to be able to take another one unless it goes for the Protect. So Gigalith is going to go for the Protect. It's going to be at just a high enough health to where it is able to live at the next Psyshock. So it's going to force it out. And Gigalith goes for the Toxic onto the Mega Latios. So now Gigalith is able to go for another Protect just to try and Toxic stall while also getting leftovers. And this Rotom is going to be hindered down a little bit by the Poison. And just going to go for another Protect. As Gigalith is going to go for another Protect. Get all the way back up. So it went from like 19% to 52% by just protecting, because he swapped so much, so I could repeatedly click protect. And the Keldeo is going to go for a Secret Sword, does 45% to this thing. And then Steelix is going to have Keldeo in kill range, but is going to choose to swap out the Rotom. He made a ballsy play earlier by staying in on the potential Scald, but Gigalith is going to come out here. Psyshock obviously not going to be able to kill it due to the Protect. Demaster is going to protect it this time. He's going to go out into the Steelix. Gigalith just going to go for the Protect, of course. Get right back up and then go out into the Amoonguss. So the Steelix is going to go for the Earthquake and it's going to do 31%. So Amoonguss is not looking too great right now, but it's going to go for a Foul Play, which does just nothing because Steelix is so physically bulky, so it counteracts its physical offense. So Gigalith is going to be sacked off here. We're at a 4-4 tie at this point. And Keldeo is going to come out. Keldeo puts on a lot of pressure each time it comes out. And this Mega Latios is going to, after these turn of events, live on 1%. So awesome. Gonna pull an aggressive swap out into the Zydoge. Demaster is just going to let his Latios go down, which is unfortunate for me because I just took a ton of damage for absolutely no reason. But Zygarde is going to go for 1,000 arrows. Going to crit him back. So, I mean, he didn't hex me. He just made an interesting play because I figured he would roost. But the Steelix is going to be super low here. Keldeo is going to go for the Icy Wind. And we're sitting at 3-2 right now. This is Scarf PZ and Scarf Manaphy. Keldeo is going to be able to go for a nice Secret Sword. And Demaster was trying to hope that I went Amoonguss on that. And I'm going to go ahead and sack off the Lycanroc Day. The Manaphy is lower. Amoonguss will be able to live this Scarf Manaphy. And Dazzling Gleam is going to do nothing. A crit does 9%. And Amoonguss is going to finish the game as the Portland Timbers win a 2-0 victory over the Denver Nuggets. Sixth game of this video. We got the Aussie Kangaskhan's taking on the Hartford Whalers. A very, very close game. This is probably, in my opinion, the best game of the week. For sure, it's such a hype game. Regirock is going to get 3 kills, ultimately winning TCP this game. You guys will see in a moment. But TCP brought his Regicore, so let's see just how that works out. So we're going to see Regice taking on the Roserade. Easy for Regice. Just gets to click a pretty free Frost Breath here. Oh, that's hacks. No. Frost Breath has a 100% chance to crit, if you guys didn't know. But Zygarde is going to come out on the Incineroar. So Incineroar is going to go for the U-turn, just get out into the Alola Ninetales, grant EN some momentum here, and then is going to set up the Aurora Veil. So EN is trying to just capitalize on this as much as he can. And the Registeel is going to go for the Iron Head, which does not do much to this Lando, especially under the Aurora Veil. And then Lando is able to set up some Stealth Rocks. So Rotom Wash is going to be out here. Lando definitely does not want to take this thing on. And Rotom is actually packing the Defog, which does get rid of the Aurora Veil. So, did it expire or does it get rid of Aurora Veil? I don't know. I don't actually know. But we're going to see Toxic Spikes go up. And this Incineroar is going to be paralyzed. And Rotom is just going to go for another Defog. TCP trying to keep the grounds clear for the rest of his Mons. And EN says, no, I would like these Toxic Spikes up, thank you very much. Now Frost Breath doing a pretty much consistent 20% on the off chance that he doesn't crit. So critting would make it do more, obviously. But Rotom is going to go out into the Registeel. And Roserade is going to go for a Giga Drain. So Lando T is going to take this Ice Punch. Obviously Clear Body is going to make it so Intimidate doesn't work. So it's going to get a good chunk off of that Ice Punch. Bring it down to about half. And then Rotom is just going to keep swapping out to the Registeel. I mean, Registeel is so good against Ian's team at this point. The Incineroar is going to come out, but Registeel goes for the Ice Punch. I mean, damage is damage. This Incineroar is just an absolute crit magnet. Rotom is going to come out. It's going to get U-turned. And out comes Roserade. So we're pretty much seeing the same turn of events every single time. We'll see when EN decides to make the swap. He tried to predict TCP's double, maybe just trying to break the turn of events. But Incineroar is going to come out. We're going to see an Ice Punch. I mean, TCP is just trying to play this as safe as possible. He's now going to go for the Earthquake onto the Incineroar, as he was able to outspeed because of the para. Now he's going to want to swap out. He doesn't want to take an Earthquake here. Ian is just going to U-turn again. He's going to go out and do his Mega Deontay. which we'll be able to take a Hydro Pump if the Moonblast doesn't kill. But the Moonblast does kill, in fact. And Decidueye is able to come out. Now it's going to scare it out because of the potential to be Choice Scarfed. But from that damage, TCP is Choice Banded Decidueye. And the Regice is going to come out onto the Alola Ninetales, of course, because it just swallows hits from this thing. We're going to see an Aurora Veil come up. And TCP, good prep. He's going to bring the Aurora Veil himself. So maybe trying to set up a Zygarde. Zygarde does absolutely destroy Ian's team, so it's entirely possible. But we're going to see Registeel come out now. It's going to get taunted, and, I mean, TCP really has no reason to click a non-Iron Head move beyond Toxic. But I guess Ian doesn't really want to risk this Deoxys getting Toxic, because there's a chance that it does sweep, bar that. So we're going to see a Focus Blast miss, which is horrible for TCP. I mean, he would have lived, because he is a more bulky variant of his Zygarde. But TCP is now going to scout the all-out pummeling. He's going to go out into his Registeel. And now the Focus Blast is going to kill. So that was a higher roll, I think. Maybe. I don't know. But that is a Choice Banded Shadow Sneak coming out here. It's going to get... the crit doesn't matter. Because it is a Choice Banded variant. So, Registeel, there's really no... Or Regice. Not Regice. Regice. There's real no swapping to this Regice at this point. You can only offensively check it if you are EN. So he's going to go out and just make a Deontay, which Moonblast is not going to kill. And fortunately for EN, he's going to get the special attack drop, because otherwise his Mega Deontay is as good as dead. So the Mega Deontay is now going to Moonblast again. And the Hail is going to bring it super low. And now Decidueye is able to come out. So Lando T. And Shadow Sneak had to be the play there. That's really all TCP could afford to go for. He's just going to go for it again. Just trying to chip down this Lando. He knows his win con at this point. He knows it. And he's just going to Shadow Sneak again. Lando's going to be very weak at this point. And out comes the Regirock. So Regirock is going to take this Earthquake. It's going to pop off the weakness policy, and we're going to see a Rock Polish. Oh yeah, baby, it's time. So Regirock can pretty much finish up the game with Ice Punches all around. Ice Punch is going to be brought down to 25% now. Out comes the Mega Deontay. Boom. Ice Punch brings it down to 13 or 12%. And then Roserade is not living either. So that is going to be good game. TCP and the Hartford Whalmers pick up a nice 1-0 victory over EN in the Aussie Kangaskhan's, really revitalizing his playoff hopes. Because before they were looking a little scarce, it was looking a little iffy whether he was going to make the playoffs or not. It's still iffy that, like we said, that Week 13 match still comes down to whether he's going to make it or not. But now it's a little bit more in his favor, because now it's a differential war. But yeah, nice 1-0 victory over the Aussie Kangaskhan's. So for the last match of the week, and for this video, we got the Utah Hoots taking on the Houston Hoopas, as AZ was able to walk away with a 2-0 victory, also keeping his playoff hopes alive, as he is now 7-5, and his Mienshao got 4 kills, but like I've said earlier, Mienshao was already a weekly hero, so whatever. We got Mienshao and Rhyperior here. Mienshao is just going to one-shot that thing, turn 1. Apparently, Susie miscalced that. I mean, it's a Mienshao. I think whether you calc it or not, you still swap out. But Licky Licky is going to take this Photon Geyser pretty well. And Emboar is going to come out trying to put on a lot of offensive pressure. Latias is going to be the swap in. Flare Blitz still does a truckload of damage to this thing. Latias instantly threatens it out with the Psychic. Susie's going to go out into the Necrozma, as a substitute is going to be set up. Very good prep on AZ's part, because it prevents the easy Weavile swap. And the Necrozma is going to go for the Dragon Pulse. So not a bad bring, but it gives a swap into Bulu immediately, which Susie doesn't have the greatest answers for. The Tauros is going to be a decent attempt at an answer. I mean, it's going to take it. But Tauros does not have reliable recovery, so that's going to be the big issue there. Emboar is going to take tons of damage despite it being resisted. I mean, it took a third of its health off. That is a chunk right there. Latias is going to come out. Emboar goes for the Flare Blitz. It's not going to be a Tuco. Maybe Susie tries for the Sucker Punch here. He is going to try for the Sucker Punch. And AZ is just going to go for the Roost. I don't really know why Susie went for the Sucker Punch. I mean, I think the swap out into Weavile was much safer. But we're going to see Draco do 31%, so, you know, respectable damage. And the Necrozma is just going to be repeatedly breaking this substitute. And then goes for the Photon Geysers. He's going to predict the swap into Licky Licky, but Licky Licky can just wish something back up. So, I mean, that wasn't really all too productive. But the Weavile is going to come out. I mean, maybe predicting the swap into Latias. Or, yeah, definitely predicting the swap into Latias. So, not bad at all. We're going to see Icicle Crash just one shot. I'm going to have to assume that that is a Colbur Berry Latias unless like, Leftovers was revealed and I didn't see it. There's no other reason that you stay in with your Latias unless you're predicting Pursuit. But this Tauros is going to go for a Toxic. Onto the Mega Arrow. Mega Arrow should be able to two-shot this Necrozma pretty comfortably as it is. No reason to really swap Necrozma out, but I guess he's going to save it for Death Fodder. I mean, he can maybe bring it back in once. But this nice Rocky Helmet Tauros is really working out combined with the Toxic. Tauros is going to get a nice return off. It will two-shot with good rolls, but just going to opt to go for the Toxic. Fair enough. And now the Licky Licky will fall on the following turn. Unless AZ decides to save it, which he does not. So Tauros getting a nice little kill there. Not bad. But then Mienshao just gets to come in and go for a U-turn. Rocky Helmet, you know, gonna do what it was meant to do. Weavile is going to be the Mon of choice for Susie here. Out comes the Piloswine. Susie should have gone for the knockoff here. He's kind of on the back foot in this game. He might as well try and make plays to get back into it. Piloswine is just going to absolutely body this Emboar. Out comes the Necrozma, so apparently there's no shard here. And Necrozma is just going to get a nice kill onto the Mega Aerodactyl. But this gives AZ another swap out into his Mienshao just to revenge this thing. He's going to go for the high jump kick because he does not want this Haxorus to set up for free, which he definitely cannot with a high jump kick coming out here. I guess Susie's really only play, his only play to get back into this was to go out into Haxorus, double out into Weavile, in the hopes that Bulu came out. That was literally his only play. So, yeah, that was ambitious, but it was all he could do. But anyways, the Houston Hoopas and AZ are going to walk away with a 2-0 victory over the Utah Hoots. So that is going to be the week 12, season 5. Thank you guys all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video, which should be going up tomorrow, playoff implications. And yeah, see you guys there, and goodbye.